Hi folks and welcome to Masterclass. This session is about calculating road tyre pressures for your camper or caravan. For the exercise, you'll need a calculator, and what you'll need to do is load your van up with all the stuff you normally carry when you head off on a trip, including water in the tanks, and run yourself down to a weighbridge. Now, starting point is the tyres on your camper or caravan. We'll start with the tyres that are fitted as standard on an MDC. Now, the maximum pressure of the Good Ride tyre on your MDC trailer is 80 PSI. Now, the maximum load per tyre in a single tyre arrangement, not dual side-by-side wheels, is 1,550 kilos. So now, to calculate the load, we need to work out what 80 divided by 1,550 is. So we get our calculator, and we get 0.0516. We'll just take it to 3 decimal places. Now, to calculate the pressure for the tyres, we need to multiply the weight on each tyre by that number. So we run our caravan or camper down to the weighbridge, we come back and it says we're in at 2.2 tonnes, so 2,200 kilos. We also need to know what our bore weight is. If you've got your bore weight done right, we've got 220 kilos on the ball. So that gives us 1,980 kilos divided across the 2 tyres on your trailer. We divide that by 2, then multiply it by this number here. And because I'm old, we'll do it on the calculator. So that gives us 990 kilos per tyre times 0.0516 equals 51.084. So that tells us that our tyre pressure should be 51 PSI. It's that simple to work it out. So that is our starting point. On top of that, most tyre manufacturers and experts will tell you that there should be 4 PSI approximately between cold pressure and hot tyres. So when you get out on the road, check them again when the tyre pressure's hot. If they've gone from 51 to around 55 PSI, you know that's the correct number. If it hasn't gone up quite as much, you may want to drop back a PSI or 2, or if it's getting too hot, raise the pressure, because the sidewalls, if they're a bit too bagged, it will contribute to the heat and cause a bigger range in tyre pressure. Now, for off-road, we need to discuss that. There is no actual specific for off-road tyre pressures. All I can tell you is what I do personally when I hit the tracks. If we consider that our maximum speed out on our road pressure is 100 kilometres an hour. If I reduce my tyre pressures by 10%, I will reduce my speed to 90 kilometres an hour. Same 20%, etc., etc. And I will do that incrementally until I find a speed and tyre pressure combination that feels good. If it's heavily corrugated, I may end up slowing down to 40 kilometres an hour or even less if that's what the road says I have to do, and I will reduce my tyre pressures accordingly. When I get back on good dirt road, nice graded stuff, or hit the bitumen again, I will get my compressor out and I will pump the tyres back up to what's the right pressure for those conditions. Don't get on the bitumen when you've reduced your tyre pressure by 50% or something like that, then expect to drive up to 80 or 100 kilometres an hour without having problems. You will have problems. Your trailer will probably sway, you'll overheat the tyres, and you will probably end up with a blowout and destroy a tyre and rim. So don't do it. Always take the time to pressure the tyres back up on both your vehicle and the trailer when you get back into the higher speed stuff. So there you go, folks. I hope that answers all your questions. Remember, if you've got a dual axle caravan, you need to spread the entire load, so this number here, across 4 tyres, not 2. So you'd be dividing that by 4, then multiplying by that. Don't make that mistake, and always factor in your ball weight. If you head down to the weighbridge, weigh the whole thing. Then when you get home, put a ball scale under the front. You know what the total weight is, so that'll tell you what your target weight is for your drawbar weight. Move your gear around until you nail that. Then we know the drawbar weight, we know our weight on the axles, do our calculations, tyre pressures accordingly, and your van or camper should handle spot on. For more great information like this, head across to our YouTube channel and check out the entire masterclass, or follow us on Facebook, and each time we post a new one, you'll get to know straight away.